Hi everybody, so today I wanted to do one of those what is in my camera bag videos. I really enjoyed looking at other people's videos and checking out what kind of gear they're carrying and to find out what they're using to create their images, so I thought I'd do one for myself. Not to mention also today it's been raining on and off all day today, so this would be a good day to do one of these. So let's get started. Okay, so I have basically one big bag that I use as a home base, which is the ThinkTank StreetWalker Pro hard drive, and I'll go through that bag in a minute. Then I have a smaller bag where I keep stuff that I don't really use anymore, but it's still stuff that works great, and I just keep this in my small little Nikon bag. So let's go through that. So here in my Nikon bag, the small little bag. It's got dust all over it. I've had it for a while, just use it for storage. And inside this bag I keep my very first DSLR, which I still use on occasion. It is the Nikon D90. It's a great camera. It's the first camera that came out with HD video. It's 720p. Really good camera to learn on. I was very happy with this, and it's kind of like an old friend of mine. You know, I learned a lot using this camera, the Nikon D90. It's a great camera. And I still actually use it when I go on hikes, things like that. It's kind of, you know, it's not my really nice camera anymore, so I kind of use it. It gets beat up a little bit, and it's light. I can put light lenses on it, and it does the job. It still takes really great images. Okay, D90. When I got that lens, that body came with the kit lens. It's 18 to 55 standard kit lens. 3.5 to 5.6 kit lens. I don't really use this anymore, that's why it's in this bag, but it still works great. Now this lens I actually use on occasion. It is the 70-300 Nikon VR2. It is from 4.5 to 5.6, the 70-300 G. It's a really good lens. You need that reach. It's not the fastest lens. I use it for when I have really good light, or also again if I go hiking and I want to be out and I just want that extra reach, but I don't want to carry a really heavy long lens. This lens is great. It's not that heavy, and it has really good reach, really good optical quality. It's got VR. It's just not it's just not really fast at 4.5 to 5.6 on the long end. But I still use it, and it still takes really good images. So here's my big bag. I mainly use it as a home base, so I keep most of my gear in here so I know where everything's at. I normally don't take this bag out unless I have my car with me or have some kind of big shoot or something like that. Normally I have a smaller bag, and I'll take the gear that I want out of the bag into the smaller bag and then use that. But it's just a nice place to keep everything all in one place and consolidate it. So quickly go over what's on the outside of the bag. Here in this front pouch, keep my backpacking flashlight. I really use this. You find it's amazing how often I really need this light. It's great light. It's waterproof as well. I keep my Vello Intervalometer, so when I want to do time lapse, it's also a remote shutter release as well. This is what I used when I did that Starscape in the Joshua Tree and basically all my other time lapses. It works on all my cameras, so that's great. And I keep my ThinkTank Pixel Pocket Rocket. Keep my cards in there, my memory cards. What else? I've got cleaning stuff in here, brushes, lens pens, cloths, cleaning microfiber stuff in there. So that's what I keep in there. On the front pouch here, I keep a BlackRapid RS-Sport strap. I don't really use a strap a whole lot. I got this strap because I thought I'd really like it, and when I do use it, I'm really appreciative that I have it, but I tend to not use straps as much as possible. So if I can get away with not using a strap, then I prefer doing that. But I keep this, so when I do need to use a strap, I use this. It's a really good strap. Also, it has space here for a laptop. I don't use it for that. I think you can put like a 15-inch laptop in here, maybe even 17. But I don't put a laptop back here. What I do keep back here, just two things. I keep my gray card back here. It's a little cardboard. It's really good for white balance, really easy and light. And I keep my iPad 4 in there as well. So when I want to show images or anything like that, I just keep my iPad in there. And that's pretty much all I keep on the outside of the bag. There are side pockets here on both sides where there's some mesh where you can put water bottles and things like that. I don't put anything in the side pockets. I like to try to keep it as square as possible. So let's get into the inside of the bag. Okay, so let's get to the inside of the bag. So here's the bag. What I keep on the inside of here is nothing special. I keep backup batteries for my cameras, backup batteries for my flashes. I use envelope rechargeable batteries. I keep gels in here, stuff for feet for my flashes, and just some little knickknacks and things like that. That's pretty much what I keep in these side pouches. Okay, let's start off by with the camera bodies. So my backup camera is the Nikon D7000. It's a really great camera, crop sensor. Really happy with this camera. I still use it for a lot of time lapse and use it mainly for video now, for these YouTube videos and just for any other video. But I still love using this camera. I'm really happy with it. And my main camera is the Nikon D600. This is a really great camera. For the price, it's a full frame camera. It's my first full frame camera. ISO and dynamic range on this camera is wonderful. Image quality is great. It's a 24.3 megapixel camera. It does video as well. I'm just really happy with this camera and the type of images the camera can produce. So those are my two main camera bodies, plus my backup D90. Now I have here a Nikon SB-900 flash. I have another SB-900 flash right here. Really good flashes. Really happy with them. They come with the Nikon CLS system. Love these flashes. We got a couple of the diffusers here with them, and I also in here I have a Nikon SB-600, my very first flash. I use it all the time, especially if I want to go light. It's a really great flash. It's just not as powerful as the 900s, but for something light, if I want to bounce or do some on-camera flash work, this works great, even off camera. Okay, now for the lenses. Everyone always does the camera bodies first, which is funny to me. Not really funny, but it's really all about glass. Camera bodies come and go. I mean, but glass, you know, if you guys are going to spend money, I recommend buying the best glass that you can, because that'll last a lifetime. And nothing's going to affect your image more than your lens. So anyway, let's start with this one. This is my 35mm 1.8 G lens. It's a DX lens. I use it mainly for my D7000. It's a really great sharp lens, fast at 1.8, and for $200, it's really a no-brainer. You can be used actually on a full-frame camera, just vignettes on the corners, but it's still a great lens. I use it for the videos and just for something light and fast. On my D7000, this is the lens I use. Okay, a couple other things in the bag. I have my Rocket Air, Giottos Rocket Air blower. Really comes in handy in cleaning my lenses and my camera. Recommend everyone has a DSLR to get one of these for sure. Bag also comes with a rain cover. I think all ThinkTank bags come with rain covers. They come in handy. Haven't used this one yet, but I have other ThinkTank bags and they've all come in handy. Another thing that I keep in here is my headlamp. This is a backpacking camping headlamp. This comes in really in handy at night when I need to use both of my hands to change lenses. Let's put this on my head and I have both of my hands free. It's awesome. This is actually also waterproof. Alright, I keep this little gray card in there as well. It comes with a pure black, pure white, and a middle gray, so it gives you something, a starting point and a reference point in your images when you're editing. You just put it in somewhere in your image, and then you can use this for white balance, pure black, and pure white as well. I don't use it a whole lot. It was really cheap. I think it was like $10, $5 or something. It works great. It's plastic too, so it's not paper. I did a review on my Sekonic light meter. This is the L358. I really love this meter. When I have time, I definitely use it, even for ambient light readings, definitely for flash readings when I want to get really precise readings. I use this meter. It's a Sekonic L358 light meter. Okay, now for the lenses. Lenses are important to me just because they will affect your image the most, much more than a camera body. Camera bodies will come and go. In a couple years, this D600 will be considered old. But lenses, you get good glass, get good and fast glass, they'll last you for years and years and years, and you won't regret it, and they hold their value. So, one of my favorite lenses here is the Nikon 50mm 1.4D lens. I'm a big fan of the old D lenses. This lens came out in the 90s. It's close to 20 years old, I guess. I haven't had it for 20 years, obviously. I bought it new, but I think they're still manufacturing today. But it's a beautiful lens. I know they have the G version, but this lens is all metal. It's great. It still has this aperture ring as well. I love this lens. It's a great walk around lens. I recommend everybody grabbing a Fast 50. Let's see. Let's do this. Okay, so this lens, I did a review on it. This is my Tokina 16-28 f2.8 lens for a full frame camera. Really great lens. I was debating, I was saving for the Nikon 14-24 lens, but I did a review on this lens and I came to the conclusion that I don't really shoot wide angle a whole lot, but I do like to shoot wide angle, and this lens, seriously, it can keep up with the 14-24. It's an awesome lens, and for the price that I got this for, I essentially paid $750 for this lens because it came with a $100 mail-in rebate. So with that lens and the money I saved from saving for the 14-24, I got this 16-28 f2.8 lens from Tokina, great lens, and I got the Nikon 135 f2 DC lens. These two lenses for the price of the 14-24. So I went with this option rather than getting the 14-24. This is an amazing lens, and this is a wonderful lens. I just got this lens a couple of days ago, so I'm still playing with it, but this is probably my best bokeh rendering lens. It renders the out of focus elements in the background just wonderful. Again, this is 20-year-old lens. This came out originally in 1995. Or actually 1990 AIS version, then they re-engineered it to make it a D version. It still has this aperture ring, has a focus ring, and it has a defocus control here. I want to do a review of this lens in a while, but this is an amazing lens. Solid metal, weighs almost 2 pounds, just great glass. Also, I have my other D lens. This is the 85 1.4D lens, another great lens, also known as the Cream Machine when it came out, also built in the 90s. This lens is magic. This lens, the 135, they're both magic on full frame cameras. It's a 1.4D, 85mm. It's a wonderful lens. Let's see here. Put them in backwards. This is the Nikon 24-70 f2.8 lens. This is a great lens, solid metal, weather sealed, super fast focused, just a wonderful lens to use. The only thing about this lens is I find the focal length 24-70 is kind of a little bit of a boring focal length. When I want to do a portrait, I'll reach for one of my other lenses. But just for an everyday walking around lens, when you're not sure what you're going to need, where you can cover a lot of things with this lens is awesome. I just don't use it as much as I'd like, just because if I have time and I want to do something different, I'll reach for one of the other lenses. But this lens is awesome. And then the super lens here, this is the Nikon 7200 f2.8 VR2 lens. This lens is, it's amazing. I can't tell you how awesome this lens is. It weighs a lot, you know, it's a couple pounds at least, but you can take sharp images here with the VR2 at a 20th of a second, handheld, racked out at 200, still get sharp images with this lens. This is also my fastest focusing lens. It's lightning quick and grabs focus great. I love this lens. I don't use it as much, because if I want to do a portrait, I'll either grab this lens, the 85, or now my 135 DC. But this lens is awesome. It's just a wonderful lens to have. And that's pretty much my gear. I got lighting stuff as well in other bags, my triggers and stands and soft boxes and stuff like that, but this is pretty much my bag. Thanks for watching.